ended the year $180,000 loss. That's like a tiny bit misleading. It's really more like a $3,180 loss because there are ELIC funds in the revenue line in 2020 that are really carrying forward into 2021 programming. So we did land just a little bit better than our revised budget overall, with little bits and pieces all over the place. Most of the revenue side stuff we've talked about in prior meetings. However, on the fundraiser line, the 4,382 that came in, part of the wreath proceeds were included in that number. About $548 was not included because we didn't get the cash and checks in until January 2021. So they're rolling over into 2021 revenue.
Yep.
Outside of that, everything from a revenue perspective landed pretty close to where we had anticipated from a revised budget perspective. Trying to see if there was anything wacky in here that we haven't talked about before for revenue.
Well, it's just nice to see that we raised $6,100. And I'm assuming that increases mostly because of the grant work that was done, right?
Yeah, so there's $1,500. Excuse me. There's the Stewards Grant, the Community Grant, and then about almost $1,700 in general donations, $707 in an in-kind donation, which was for the spring flyer costs. So that flows through in there as well. So there's some good chunks in there that weren't necessarily thought about in the original budget for 2020.
Right.
One thing that we probably need to talk about, we were still expecting $530,000 from the remainder of the parking lot grant. I don't know if we ever finalized the paperwork to get that holdback. So Rick, maybe you, me, and Vicki can connect after this meeting. I recall there was emails going back and forth, and Vicki, that you had done a good chunk of work on that. I just can't remember where it ended up landing, but we have not received a check yet. So that's one item we probably need to follow up on.
I can answer that.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah. They asked us to refile sort of an amended because we didn't spend a whole lot of it, and they don't like those kind of things. So we redid it and submitted that. And I don't think anybody's working there. Never, ever heard back. I asked Mid-Hudson and Casey to reach out, to say that was my idea was, or your idea was, that that was gonna be approved, and then we were gonna file.
Yep.
No,
Nothing. Okay.
So.
All right.
Interesting. All right.
Casey Conlon.
Casey Conlon. Okay.
He would be the person to reach out to in Mid-Hudson.
Got it. All right. And then from an expense perspective, again, most of this is stuff that we've talked about in some of the prior meetings when we went over the quarterly expenses. On the other miscellaneous, I did want to call out that the cost of the appeal letters, so the $1,177 is included in that miscellaneous line down on the bottom, because we did get the cost, but not the donations in 2020. So that's in there. Outside of that, everything is, again, most of this had happened before in the last time we talked through things. The building and maintenance and equipment line is a bit over. Part of that is the cost of the fencing for the property line. Ponds and Beyond also came in kind of high this year, but the more I dug into it, it looked like we had some 2019 expenses that didn't get paid in 2019 or rolled over into 2020. So that threw things off a little bit. And then we had some additional cleaning expense, supplies, and other things tied to COVID that were not necessarily contemplated in the budget when we originally did it over a year ago now. Any questions on any of that stuff? So
Yeah, for me.
one other quick thing, or a couple other quick things. One, now that 2020 is pretty much done, there's a little bit of financial cleanup to do in QuickBooks, and then I'll be reaching out to our CPA forum so that they can get going on our annual 990 and the review of our financials in QuickBooks. I'm also getting ready to send out a note to set up a first quarter finance committee meeting. I am the worst person on the face of the planet to get these things scheduled, so it will probably take me like a solid 2 weeks to get that on the books. But that email is coming, so Rick and Dottie, FYI. And then one other quick thing. So from an appeals perspective, I wanted to give you guys an update on what we have so far quoted in QuickBooks. So we are almost at the $7,000 range between PayPal donations and checks and other credit card donations that have come into the library as of yesterday. So that's not bad. Once you take into account the cost of the printing and mailing and stuff, we're down to just under $6,000 net as of yesterday from the appeals letter.
And Christy, today I deposited 2,280 in checks.
Yep, and I've got that included in my
Okay,
numbers.
all
Yep.
right.
So net 6, not quite as robust as I'd hoped for, but still, not a bad number at all.
Yep. And there's still time. I mean, I think things keep still trickling in, so I expect there'll still be some more activity over the next couple of weeks.
That'd
So,
be nice. It'd be nice to see that line get up around 10,000 because that's our fundraiser line, and we just don't know what 21 is going to look like in terms of fundraisers.
Yep.
So that was the number I was hoping for.
Yep.
I don't need air quotes on hope. I was just hoping. All right, thanks.
Yep.
Anything else?
Did the letter go out much beyond the new year? Because I
Yeah,
didn't. What
it
happened?
went out like the printer. It's a two-man shop, and one of them went out with COVID, and
Oh, oh man, you're
and
kidding.
it took what they told me would take 5 days took 15
Right.
or something to that effect.
What a horrible thing.
Well, it's my fault because there was no way I should have left it to that late.
Yeah.
So, but having gone through it now with tremendous help from Kim, Mary Mitchison, Vicky, it was a great learning experience in that way. So, and I think the final product was good looking.
Yes.
And I want to, and Eileen Bellamy did the design work for us, which was fabulous. That was, in-kind donation on her part.
That's great.
Yeah. It got mailed right around the 5th of January.
Yeah. Yep. That first week of January there. Wasn't the first Monday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I almost wondered, and I have no idea, if it would have been better to wait because people had just made all their end of year donations. If coming another time, it would be better, but we can always do another mailing.
I'm planning to do another one right after Thanksgiving, as a matter of fact.
Uh-huh.
I think, having gone through this learning experience and now going to be able to clean up the mailing list some, that'll be helpful.
Yes, yes. And I think to begin work on it then in September or way before is wise, and just have it ready to go.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'll put it in my, actually, as we speak. Start mailing. Okay, terrific. Any questions for Christy?
No, but thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you, Christy. As always, you do a great job, not only of, presenting the numbers with the budget, but walking us through them. So thank you. And now I'm in the wrong spot to know what's next on the agenda. Hold on a second.
Fundraising.
Oh, Dale, you're still with
Yes.
us till 10 of 8. So,
Sorry, say that again. Oh, yes, till 10 of 8.
yeah,
Um,
you're
So not a lot to report. The big news right now is we are trying to get ourselves set up on eBay, and we're working on getting the so-and-so's quilt that they have so kindly given us to donate as an eBay auction.
cool.
It is tough. It has taken about 2 months, and I was reading on an online help forum that eBay and PayPal are the seventh circle of hell when it comes to charity, and it is. It is.
Whoa.
I have spent hours and hours and been bugging Christy, and it's been painful, but we're very close. Dottie and Kim wrote a great synopsis of the description of the quilt. We had someone over in Old Chatham take some great photos of it for social media, so we're very close. I'm hoping next week, and I really want to get it done and get it done right, because kind of strategically, I want to just know if this works, we can do it with other things. It can just be kind of a launch pad of like, okay, we can sell signed books or whatever we want to sell eventually via eBay, contactless, no, in-person required. So I want to get this set up and really make sure it's a template that works for us, and we're testing it with the quilt. So hopefully in the next week or so, you'll get an email that is a live auction. So when you get that, please tell your friends. The other great thing is Christy has set up a PayPal account for us, which has become a PayPal giving fund. So I went in and added descriptive information, our logo, mission about the library and everything. So we have an official PayPal giving fund page now, which I can send the link out to, which looks very legitimate. And it's very simple. Click here, donate here, very, very easy.
Can you send that link around to everybody?
I just got it kind of finalized this morning. So yeah, I'll get that sent around, because it's just something simple. Donate $5, whatever it is. It's a really easy way for people to donate. And it's linked to eBay, which is great, but is also the circle of hell that I'm caught in because of that now. So anyway, I'm sorting that out. So
In my defense, Dale raised his hand and he's like, don't worry, I'll do the eBay thing. I'm like, go for it, bud. Here's all you.
and now I'm bothering her 8 to 10 times a day. So anyway, we're close. We're very close. So other than that, that's kind of the big push right now, just to kind of get that figured out from a strategy point of view, and then we'll move forward from there on other fundraising. So wish us luck.
We do.
We wish you luck, but we're also in awe of your energy level.
It's low right now. It is low.
Just imagine how good it's gonna feel.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for us, Dale? Okay, good. Well, you're gonna come up during nominating and governance, which is great. Okay, so we are on to Dottie,
Well,
the
Rick-
marketing.
Should we just do the nominating and governance now?
Yes.
Why?
Because Dale has to leave at 10 of.
Yes.
I do have to duck out a little before 8. Sorry.
All right, do people want to move nominating and governance up? It seems like a good suggestion.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Judy Albert and Linda Morawski are going to be joining us as trustees at the annual meeting in February. We had discussed both of them prior, and they both agreed. As a matter of fact, Dottie did all the recruiting on Judy. So actually, Dottie, do you want to tell us how, what Judy's agreed to?
Now, you're on mute.
Judy agreed to be on the finance committee and also the fundraising committee. And she's a natural person for the finance committee, given all of her experience in banking and in the finance world. In terms of fundraising, she has sort of a special thing she agreed to do about once a month, maybe more often. MHLS sends a very lengthy email that if you plod through, sometimes you find news about grants. So we've asked her to plod through, and if she picks up a grant that she thinks might have some value to us, she's going to let Dale and Rick know. She's not going to do the applications. She's just going to be on the lookout in that way. So, and she was on the board a while back, years ago, when we did the first 414.
Yeah.
She was instrumental in helping to make that happen. She's also she lives on Bunker Hill. Most of you probably know where, and she's really been up here since March, full time. And she changed her address, her permanent address, to Bunker Hill. So she's in the community for sure.
That's great.
That's terrific.
Can I
And
say something about that? I just was looking at, for what I do with neighbors in Northern County, Columbia County, I was looking at the web pages of other libraries. And New Lebanon has a grant through the Library Association, and I had no idea, how aware that is. So that would be great to have.
Mm.
okay. I'm just going to take a quick survey. How many of you get the Mid-Hudson Library System email blast? Okay, I see Carol. Say yeah. Actually, you know what? I have you on my phone, so I only see one person at a time. How many hands went up? Okay. If you don't get it, ask Vicki to make sure that Mid-Hudson knows that you don't get it and that you'll get it in the future. But if you do plod through them, there is really a lot of useful information for trustees. I'll try to be, primary on finding things that are in there that are useful to us. But to have Judy follow up on the grants would be terrific. So
That's great.
other nominating news. So Linda will also be joining us in February. She's currently on the Marketing and Finance Committee.
Mm.
So she was, an obvious choice. Kathleen Turley is considering it, and I hope that she will agree by the time we have our annual meeting.
Mhm.
And nope, that's it.
Rick,
Yes.
do you want to talk about Cindy?
Oh, well, I haven't replied to Cindy yet, but Cindy Buckley is not going to stand for another term. With her daughter off at Cornell and competing, they're out there all the time, either there or going up to Vermont. So she's just overcommitted these days with the fact that her daughter's competitive. So, and she's not around as much. So that's why I'm going to be reaching out to Kim Seabury, who I've also mentioned numerous times as a candidate for the board, because she's from Malden Bridge, and we're now lacking a Malden Bridge person. And I don't like that. And then I have a piece of news for marketing as well. But Dottie, go ahead. We'll go back to marketing. Oh, I take it back. You know what? I have other nominating and governance. I have governance news. Randy went online and found a couple of really good working models of how to define duties and responsibilities of the library board and the library director. And this document enumerates the difference between the responsibilities, but how they cross, where they cross, and how the interaction should be handled. So this is one of the documents that we're going to pull together, or that has been pulled together, but that will be part of, essentially our policy packet. The other news is I've done drafts of a bunch of internal policies, including code of ethics, trustee certification regarding the code of ethics. Randy, help me out here. What else did I send you?
Internal controls.
I sent Christie internal controls, and Christie sent me a long email back, which I have scanned so far, but I'll dig into after the meeting. So yes, I knew that one. That one I was like, ooh, ouch. So I'm happy to help. Randy, did you find the others?
Hang on, okay. It's conflict of interest, whistleblower, investment policy, record retention, trustee certification.
So those are some of
Pretty
the
exciting,
internal. Oh yeah, man, baby, made my day to do those. So we have drafts of all of those, and we'll be circulating them to you before the annual meeting where we would like to adopt them. I also, with Judy Albert's help and Randy's, I believe, and then Linda Morawski formatted it for me, have a new draft of the bylaws. And one of the changes that we would like to have in here is that we would like to have multiple vice presidents. So, and I have asked Dale if he would consider that position. So hopefully we can appoint Dale to a one-year term, as like every officer is, as a second vice president, along with Dottie come February, and pass these revamped bylaws. I'm happy to answer any questions people have about all those things, but or hear any comments.
I read the bylaws, they looked good to me. Kim?
I was just gonna say, I have no problem with having multiple vice presidents, but I'm curious to know exactly what prompted the change. I have a feeling Dottie's been doing a ton of things.
Yes. Actually, all the executive committee's been really busy lately. So, and also just adding a fifth voice to the conversation, I think is very helpful as well. And, to share the workload a little bit. So, and Dale very kindly, said, yeah, he thought that was a good position. I also, think it helps put a priority on the fundraising, which the library needs to really focus on, quite honestly. So those were my thoughts.
Love it.
Anyone else?
Hey, I have a question. Once I'm leaving in June, I've been doing, Julie and I doing the grant writing, so that halves, for programs. So that kind of halves the people able to do grants. So I don't know what's gonna, that's something to think about. Would that fall under Dale to find people to write the grants, or is Judy Albert? She didn't say she was writing the grants. She said she was finding them, as I understand it. So that's just something to consider. That needs, I think we found somebody to replace me as ELEC chair, but that doesn't necessarily mean they'll also be writing those grants. So we don't have to solve that immediately, but it's a fair amount of work. Once somebody knows what they're doing there, and I don't want that all dumped on Dale.
No, we're gonna
Dale doesn't
continue.
either. What a surprise.
We're gonna continue to work to figure all of this out. So it's a iterative process at this point. But Carol, would you ask Teresa to send me, maybe through you or directly to me? She has my email because we're both on the Environmental Management Council. But I'd love to get a copy of her CV to share with the rest of the board members.
Right. Yeah.
Because it may very well make sense to add her to the board at the same time in February.
Oh, I invited her to come to the February meeting, because that's the open meeting, right? That's as a community member, she could just come. right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, all you'd asked me to do last time was to have her get a library card. And so I've done that. So
Good.
I'll do the CV.
Terrific. I feel like there was something else under governance, but I can't remember what it is. Anybody in the XCOM help me out with that or no? Okay,
Well, the bylaws is a big deal, Rick, you know,
I didn't
having
make it
everyone,
about it.
I'll be sending out the bylaws and these draft policies to you guys within the next week, but revising the bylaws that, you know, that Rick and Judy have done and having you guys take a look at that will be good.
Oh, and that reminds me, one of the bylaws that I rediscovered in this process and we left in the draft, so we're going to do it at the annual meeting, is the president is supposed to appoint everybody to the committees on an annual basis. So I've asked Carol and Julie and Dottie, and I know finance, but everybody who chairs a committee, I've asked them for their committee lists so that we can, at the annual meeting, formally appoint the trustees and the volunteers to those committees. And then another governance issue is in the bylaws, there is a collection committee. And so collection, is it singular or plural? I think it's probably singular. But anyway, there's a collection committee in there. So that is being formed. Vicki has done a great job of recruiting 3 local people who she's worked with in the past. Vicki Kay continues to be, you know, on that committee and probably the ultimate arbiter of what we're buying. Randy has agreed to be the trustee that's required for that committee in the bylaws. And Richard Morrison and Alex Marr have both also agreed to join the collection committee. So that'll be of, you know, Craig, Vicki and Vicki, Randy, 3 local folks, Richard, Alex, 5 local folk. So, you know, it's a good sized committee, but it's hopefully, you know, gets us in place for the long run. Because quite honestly, I mean, we just have to be prepared in the long run, that's all. So.
You got 3
Richard
minutes left.
Morrison is the editorial director of Fordham University Press.
Ooh,
So he's got experience in scholarly publishing and editorial positions at Duke University and the University of Minnesota Press. So he'll be a nice addition.
Yes, and he's a gung-ho guy.
Actually, Julie was the one who told me these details about him.
Oh, he'll be terrific.
Yeah, he's a gung-ho engaging guy. So looking forward to that. So, and Alex is really wired into the, you know, writing scene down in New York City still. So she stays that way. So that's a good asset as well.
Oh, yeah. So
And I do believe that, yep.
who are the local people again? You mentioned Craig, Vicki, Richard, and Alex. Is that it?
There's also Cindy Lanford,
Oh, great.
who
Yeah.
Vicki W. recruited. Bonnie Rothenberg, also recruited by Vicki Wills. And Barbara Campbell, also recruited by Vicki Wills.
Nice.
Diane Tucker. I don't know how we'll do it. Diane Tucker also.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, and Diane, hey, I forgot about Diane. Isn't that awesome? She's gonna, I mean, during COVID, the perfect time to figure out how to have somebody engaged long-term via Zoom and emails. You know, and a lot of this just like the executive committee, I'm sure a lot of this work can be done by email. So, yep, between emails and texts, the executive committee keeps us all hopping. All right, finally, to marketing. You're up, Dottie. And I have news for you when you get to one part.
Oh, okay. The two things that occur to me, one is the ongoing work on the website. And it's been pretty much between Vicky and Isaac Nelson, our consultant. And I decided it was about time I get more involved in that and understand what's going on. So I talk more with Vicky about when the problems come up and Isaac about things. And they've been very patient with my learning as I go along, but I did feel it was important for me to get a better understanding of what that whole process, both the problems and the successes were about. And, you know, I've learned some things. The other thing I'm most excited about is the Instagram. Courtney Lovell and Robin Guthridge have stepped up to become involved in Instagram. And one of the things it does, by my being involved and those two being involved, it takes the weight off of Vicky and Craig to try to keep that thing going in addition to everything else. So one of the things that we're thinking about right now, two things. One is February is Black History Month. We just had an incredible program about the civil rights movement. The woman who, one of the women in Judy Wright that spoke, gave us her book. So we're thinking about doing something for Black History Month and having a picture of that book and other books that are at our library that address that whole theme and that whole arena, and getting Robin to take some pictures, and Courtney writes really nice captions on Instagram. Then the following month is Women's History Month. So Randy had a couple of ideas for books and even had books that she gave to the library that we can pull from and take pictures of and put those on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, or if you are, please follow the library. We want to try to get as many followers as we can. The other thing is, if you have ideas about, hey, we ought to put this on Instagram or this on, give me a call. And I'll check in with the possibilities of that and check in with Robin and Courtney. So I'm excited about that whole process. Yes.
This is a good spot for me to add what I have to add.
Okay.
Particularly like Black History Month, or what was the other one? Women's History Month?
Women's History Month, yeah.
Okay. Eileen Baumgarten has agreed to create graphics for the library for those sorts of events. So it's not just pictures that you can post on Instagram, but you can also, for example, the New Lebanon Library posted a graphic on Martin Luther King Jr. Day that was his picture with a quote.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't a picture they took of a book cover or anything. That was a graphic that they had made or that they found somewhere and used on Instagram. So Eileen and I went over calendars, and we're going to be reaching out, to find out more information like this about what month is what day is what. And she'll make graphics for each of those for the library to put on its Instagram account.
Okay, she'll still work through me and through Courtney, right? So Courtney puts them up?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. I want to keep that system simple.
No worries.
Right.
Okay, great.
Oh, that sounds good. Reminds me of April, which has Earth Day and Poetry Month.
Yes,
Is
right.
Poetry Month in April also?
Poetry, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Um,
Amanda Gorman, let's get her poem.
Yeah,
I
let's
just
get her.
I asked Vicky Kay, was it 2 weekends ago? If we could order Amanda Gorman books. And so I don't know. Do you know, Vicky, if she was able to get? Can't hear you.
They're on the list anyways. They're
Okay.
already on there. So we need to talk
Um,
about how to coordinate stuff, so we're not
Oh,
Yes, I know.
bombarded with things.
Yeah, maybe we could have Google Docs, because I was also thinking about Cicely Tyson's memoir, which serves for February and March, But I already ordered that for the library. I'll buy that because I think
The
her
New York-
memoir is going to be great.
The New York Times just announced that she died at age 96 today.
Oh, that's too bad.
That just, I get their little alert, you know. Anyway, 96. She was in bonus time, man. That's a good life. Okay. Anything else for us, Dottie?
Sorry, Rick, I'm gonna jump off now.
Okay, thank you, Dale.
Hey, guys.
See you next month.
Bye, see you next.
Dottie, come back to us.
She shook her head no.
Yes, yeah, I shook my head no, I just didn't speak up. That's fine.
All right, terrific. Mark, Building and Grounds.
Don't have much to say, except we did have a little scare on our furnace last month. We thought we might be looking at a new one. Some of you may have heard about it, but it turns out we're able to repair it for about $600. So all's well that ends well. I think that's about it.
No, you recruited somebody.
I did. Oh, you?
No, you recruited Mary to help you do the facility plan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought we already brought that up, but yes, Mary and I will be working on a facility plan next month.
Yeah, we were planning on it. We just didn't know if she'd agreed yet. All right, terrific. And Mark, I sent you and Mary an email tonight with something that may be helpful on that front.
I saw that, yes.
All right, great.
We'll report back.
Julie,
All right.
125 people. Wow.
Yep, we did very well. I was very pleased. It was quite wonderful. So for the audience of The Price of Freedom, some pay more than others, and thank you to everybody who helped. There were 93 computers who were on Zoom that day, and Vicki and I figured that there probably were an extra 35 who had more than one viewer per computer. Got wonderful feedback on it. The YouTube video recording has had, the last I saw, 28 views as of 6 days ago. I was wondering if the YouTube channel could be advertised somewhere on the website.
Yep.
I don't know if it is, but I
Yes.
didn't see.
That can be arranged. Dottie, would you put that on the list for Isaac with Vicki Wills?
Because I think
Great.
that would be really nice. And then Judy Wright, of course, contributed a copy of her book to the library, which is great.
Very nice.
Right here.
Yay. Unsurprisingly, there's a delay this year for the state budget. So we have to wait longer to hear how much we'll receive for our deck request for 2021, but we're moving ahead with thinking about, with planning the programs. The first program that we will do this year will be in March, on March 21st, with Carl Berg, whose photographs are just incredible, and it's called Catching Souls on Film. That's basically it. I finished the final report for 2020's programs yesterday and submitted that. So we were allowed to, go into this year with that final program. So we have 5 programs to do, and we had the program that we did a week or so ago. Anyway, I hope I've been clear enough, but that's it.
Yes, you were clear. I'm still amazed at the numbers. 26 views, 28 views on the YouTube channel.
8 views on the YouTube channel.
That is outstanding. That's got to be the most views we've had on that.
I think there were,
Probably.
I think probably, yeah, probably. That's because Judy and I sent out links to people who had wanted to attend and couldn't.
Yep.
But there were some people who put in comments whose name, I mean, I have no idea who they are or how they found out. So that's pretty
Right.
neat.
Yep. That is
And we
very
had
neat.
attendees, I mean, we had a lot of local people, but you know, there was a man from Norway on the Zoom call and, you know, people from all over the United States. So that was pretty neat.
And I think this idea of putting this stuff up so it can be used again, I know through our last ELIC programs, we had so many requests for that. And I kept on saying, sorry, we have, you know, no capability or the speaker has to give permission. And so that's something I think we really should look at for ELIC too. I don't,
agree.
that topic was just a very hot topic now, and I don't think that'll happen. We won't have 100 people listening in each of our programs, but there's no reason we can't I'd like to maximize that too. It's a great idea.
It also makes possible to market programs after the fact through our email blasts and our website, our Instagram. So
Right.
I think that's a great way to go and make greater use of the YouTube channel. Very good.
And it makes all of our programs accessible.
Yes.
I hope we keep doing this in some way or another, even after COVID, because I think it's really nice for people to be able to see them, even if they're not able to come to the library.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with Kim wholeheartedly. We need to
mean, we-
continue it.
In our family, we have a bunch of webinars that we rarely can make the exact time, but we'll watch the recorded version later and get the information. And it's just been fabulous.
Yep. No, I'm on the county's Environmental Management Council, and there's so many trainings that I could go to, but they just stack up on each other. They're all at like, 6 o'clock at night. And so I do a lot of my training on YouTube that way, which is great.
Was the production
Okay.
of the one that we had from Julie's program, who does that? Is that something Vicky is responsible for and made happen? Or I'm just wondering what the logistics were and whether or not her time is going to be involved in that sort of thing.
Well, Vicky hosted and Vicky recorded.
Okay,
program.
and then turned it over to YouTube?
She uploads it to
Okay.
YouTube. Vicky,
Okay.
Yeah, in that particular case, we had to actually just edit it a little bit. So it took me another hour and a half in addition to that because I wasn't good at it. It's not my, anyways, yeah, we recorded it and it's up there. I don't know where you're going to put it on the website. I guess I'll just wait and see because I have a link on the website. So people were able to go into right now it's in there as an event again. And it looks like when you put them up there, you have to have a date in the website. So I made a date at the end of March that it was going to happen. So now it's on the slider there and going through. And if you go into details, you'll find the link. So that means you got to do a couple different things in order to actually get to where it is. I mean, I think that's a little burdensome. I don't know, but that's all I could do.
Vicky, I was wondering if, it's kind of colorful at the bottom of the website when you scroll down and you have Canopy and you have this other thing that you might have some graphic that just says the North Chatham YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think those things are really important. It sort of bothers me that they're so far down and so hidden. And most library sites, when you go to, you're being hit with this is what's going on. And this is, and And ours is very sedated, and then all that stuff is down at the bottom.
I agree
I
with you.
like the slider. Hmm? Sorry.
Vicky, I am so glad that you are on board with the new website and love it so much.
I'm just, it's not that I don't even want to go there. It's.
I think it's an
fine.
issue of
Julie.
as it gets used, we notice things with any project. You don't necessarily foresee how it will get used.
Yeah.
So don't forget, the primary reason for the change in the website away from the one that Vicky loved is because it was useless on a cell phone. It was less than useless. It was stroke inducing.
The issue right now, though, which is a valid issue, is like, for example, normally a donate button is at the top, not the bottom.
Mhm.
Right.
You don't make people work to give you money.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay. Well, that's a layout of the page, not about, PC versus phone. It's about, okay, now looking at it in a data, and you go, oh, interesting. Okay, I hadn't really thought about that. When I was looking at it, I was looking at colors,
Mhm.
and not necessarily, that sort of thing.
Okay. Yes, so it would actually be appreciated if everybody would semi-regularly log on to the website from whichever device you tend to use the most. Your phone, your tablet, your computer, or better yet, do all three and share with us your thoughts, because this is
Yeah.
an iterative,
Right.
progressive
Yes.
change over to this website, okay?
And include me in that. Okay.
Actually, Dottie is your point person on that.
Yeah.
Please, you can copy Vicky if you want, but Dottie should be your point person.
And I know what Kim is talking about because I saw that. Because I made my donation on the web.
Nice, thank you. Okay, Carol, anything else?
I think it's quite right, but there can't be anything else because I haven't done anything on it yet.
Right, yeah. No, is there, no, that wasn't an accusation that you weren't doing any work. That was, is there anything else you want to bring up to the board?
Oh, no, I thought you wanted me to do the ELEC report.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but there's no ELEC to report. Gotcha. Okay,
No, Rick. Carol looks
Yeah.
confused. I think there is.
Carol, go ahead.
I don't understand what's going on here.
I think Rick meant to say, Julie, do you have anything else?
That's what
And
I.
then Carol,
Okay.
now it's you.
I'm sorry, Julie.
And the two ideas got married.
I'm done.
Nice work, Kim.
Thank you, Kim. That straightened that out.
Thank you.
Good processing.
Okay, so Carol,
Okay, it's getting late. I'll be brief. ELEC report, we're all going well. February 2nd, we're doing a really classy TED Talk repeat on the 3 cultures in the world where most people routinely live to 90s or 100 in good health. And so this TED Talks takes us there and talks about the commonalities of culture as well as diet. And it's a fascinating 10-minute TED Talk. And that's going to be, I really hope those of you who are at home during the day or can steal that time can come. Dottie, as she did before, is going to do a Q&A after that and discussion about how we can replicate it. That should be really good. We're set with March is loneliness and wellness and fall prevention. So that's really cool. Terry Mayhew is coming on board nice. On board an activity very well. And Dottie knows, no one else does. Vicky's been concerned about all the time she has to work on Zoom. We've got an ELEC member now who's going to be learning Zoom with her. So we're pretty excited about that. My next question is, are we doing a spring flyer, online flyer for the spring and the summer? And if so, I'd like to know what it is so I can get it ready. You know, we're using some of our ELIC money because we're not publishing. There's some money there for that. So mine should be going now. I mean, we have programs going in March and April, May and June. It would be good to get that going if we are. Okay, any questions on the ELIC programs? All right, grants, I delivered the grant in person to the community bank and I asked her to get back to me. She called me up and said she's submitting it. We're gonna hear any day. There's no way we're getting the 2,000, which I knew, but she says she's pretty sure we're gonna get the 500. So that's pretty nice. I'm still waiting to hear that. The application of the Bank of Greene County is in. It has 3 main components to enhance our ability to offer COVID-19 safe ELIC and library programs, which means that has the money for the outdoor, indoor screen, a microphone and a sound system, which is something we've been talking about forever. It also has money for additional staff time, to do that, and to support marketing efforts. And you know that as long as ELIC is included in the marketing efforts, that's fair pool for them. What do needs a little discussion is that funding. I looked at Columbia County, they never notified us, but the next grant is due March 3rd. I wasn't pleased to see that. What I'm meeting with the committee next week, so I want to be proactive and tell you where I think I'm going to make sure no one has any objection. One of their goals is connecting seniors with each other in the neighborhoods and community resources and giving Terry Mayhew's skills in environmental concerns. We thought we would do a whole series on how to be environmentally friendly and climate change in Columbia County. I think that would really be appropriate for ELIC and then it could spill over to the other programs. And I'm not sure the board's going to agree. I'm pretty sure they will, because it doesn't limit us from doing other things, but we must have a new TAC when we apply. We can't go in and do the same thing again. And if you like that, I need some kind of board statement so I don't have to come back to you later and saying, is this the way we want to go? So is there any objections or concerns with that?
Carol, speaking from someone that works in the environmental field, the governor has a really big Climate Protection Act going on right now. So I think featuring the environment, getting people to think about environment and waste, you know, I don't exactly know what your angles or ideas might be, but
this is one day old.
I think this is a great idea. I think that you guys, if you haven't already noticed, there's a lot going on with this. It's called the Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act. And the governor has very aggressive greenhouse gas goals. But along with that, some of the things that you might be seeing coming out in the news are new regulations dealing with waste and recycling, partnerships with universities on trying to reduce the waste streams. So thinking more about the environment, thinking about, you know, what we do, how we impact waste, how we can produce less greenhouse gas. I can definitely see Julie nodding. I think these are great ideas, Carol.
Okay, I'm excited too, because it plays to Terry's strength, you know, which is really nice for a new person coming on to be, you know, and she can run two or three, like something for us on zero waste, you know, in the household, something as basic as that.
Yeah.
And it can go to something global, like your, you know, air policy and climate change. And so there'll be something for everybody in it. I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my big contribution to the meeting today. So I don't think we need to take a vote because you don't have anything clear to work with yet. But there's a basic sense that this makes sense for us to do.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Mine.
Anybody else? Okay. Hearing none. Thank you, Carol. Sounds good to me. Looking forward to it. The strategic plan, unfortunately, we didn't plan an update for tonight. We keep talking about doing it. And I gotta think it would have been perfect to do an update on the annual plan for the annual meeting. Less 2 weeks away. That's probably not gonna happen. So, but we will get it on schedule so that each board meeting going forward, I know I've said it before, but we will get it on schedule. That we update one part of the strategic plan and have a discussion about whether or not we need to review that section and update it. Or if we're not making enough progress on that part of the plan, why is that? That sort of stuff. So that is forthcoming. Scouts honor. Nominating committee, we did. Governance, any new business? Hearing none. The annual board meeting is going to be February 11th, 7 o'clock, Zoom session. It's open to the public, so you can invite anybody you want. We are going to, it's going to be a busy evening. We'll be approving new bylaws, hopefully. We will be appointing all the committees. We will be adding new board members. We will be having officer elections. And for the first time ever, we're going to have 5 candidates. For first time ever, 5 positions. And what else did I mention that has to happen that night?
Our policies.
Oh, yeah.
Those the weird policies, some of them are kind of well, that's an important one, but the control one. So
Internal controls.
yes.
Yeah. That's the one that we've got to help, or I'm going to help Christy, and Christy's going to help me figure that one out. So, but these are all required by Mid-Hudson and New York State Library. So got to be done. The one that we really don't need, quite honestly, is the investment policy, because all we do is put it in an MMA. But Christy and I can talk about that too. Okay. Anything else?
How does the public get an invite to the meeting? You have to contact Vicky?
We'll put it on the library's webpage, okay?
So Rick, I was going to say Vicky and Rick at the same time here. Don't we have to be concerned about scammers or whatever? Taking that, bots or robots or whatever.
Oh,
So what
Yeah.
we did say, when we posted it, we said it's an open meeting for everyone, but you have to contact the library to get login information.
okay. You'll have to play traffic cop on that, Vicky. I don't expect much traffic, quite honestly. So,
So if they have the link from the library, they can't, it's not really easy to scam it or bomb it, whatever you want to call that. So we give the link out to anybody who wants it. I mean, could be a problem, but never been a problem.
I don't expect a lot of people will be reaching out asking for it, but there you have
Right.
it.
We'll put it out there.
It is open to the public. All of our meetings are.
So Rick,
Rick, in the past, didn't we have to announce this in the paper? I seem to remember that we had to announce it, it's supposed to be a month in advance,
10 days in the new
10
bylaws.
days. So we should probably have a press release that it's the annual meeting of the library, even if it's very small.
I'll send that to the Columbia paper tomorrow.
Oh, you will? Great.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna email you.
I have a question, Rick.
Sure.
So usually at the annual meeting, you know, I would have an annual report and I would have, you know, stuff from the last year as a presentation that was simple, plus the annual report that you needed to get. I don't know that I'm going to have that done by 2 weeks. And do you want that with all these other things that you have going on?
No, I don't want you to rush it. You know, if it's not going to be ready, it's not going to be ready. The annual report, quite honestly, what you submit to Mid-Hudson and the state
Yeah.
is not user friendly. It's not designed for the public, quite honestly. So no, you know, when it's done and it's filed and hopefully we meet whatever deadlines are required of us, but I don't really, I mean, I know it's a public document, but I don't think of it really that way because it's just not user friendly.
Right. Usually we end up making some slides and things because from that. And as I say, they just opened up that data. I don't know. I mean, maybe everything will be fine and I'll have it done in 2 weeks, but honestly, you know, I never know what's gonna happen. A modem gonna go, a furnace gonna go, you know, I don't know.
Right.
So
So-
Rick, I think Vicky's presentation actually is very important. And the numbers that she shows us, I find them useful for us to know. What has our circulation done? Where are people getting their books? You know, ever since Mary Clark discovered that we get kind of penalized because we're a small library and we get less funding, I'm thinking more about, you know, our circulation numbers and how we can, you know, raise our circulation and compete with those bigger libraries. So I'm in favor of Vicky still continuing with the type of report she gives us, but maybe in March.
Oh, yeah, this was, no. This wasn't, it's required by the state to be done. You're talking about the PowerPoint presentation that she does?
Yeah, but
Oh,
I don't think of, I mean, I don't think of her report as, you know, a boring thing that she has to do once a year. And I can see Julie shaking her head. I really like those numbers. I just like seeing our
And-
impact. And I like what Vicky
I need
does. So
clarification.
I agree with you, Randy. I really like that report.
Okay, I need to just interject for a second. There's 2 reports that I think we're talking about as one. There's what we file with the state, and that gets passed around at a board meeting once it's done every year. And it's that big document full of statistics. It's about this thick. Hopefully that's ringing some bells for some people.
Yeah.
I know it. It had been in my house for the past year. I still like that. And Vicky lives from that document.
She
to
has
grow-
to do, it has to be done. What I think you're referencing is the PowerPoint presentation she does, where she puts those numbers, a lot of those numbers into the PowerPoint presentation, right?
Right.
Okay, that's fine. If Vicky can get that done for March, that's great. If not March, maybe April. I don't know.
March for sure, absolutely.
But the other report, the technical report I'm talking about, she's on a deadline that the state gives us, not the board.
They extended that, yeah, this time because.
Right. Right. But that's not our deadline. That's the state's deadline. So, yes, I agree, Randy. We should have that report. We're just not going to have it in February.
You want me to aim for February if I can get it done? Or do you have too much on the docket for that night? And just go for March board meeting?
I say March.
Okay.
Thank you. I just,
Rick, what do you think?
Julie, anybody else who is weighing in here, your thoughts?
I think
I need to jump. Vicki, I'll need, for the grant I'm gonna do for Fund Columbia County, I'll need the numbers of people at our programs.
sure,
That's something you can get.
piece of cake. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Hearing no other concerns or questions about it, Vicky will have an annual report for us at the March. And it'll be user-friendly, unlike what we file with the state. I'm sure of it because it always has been before. Anything else from the board for tonight? Okay, we're going to come in under an hour and a half. Not bad. Hearing no other comments, questions, or concerns, this meeting's adjourned. Good night, all. Stay safe and
Good
sane.
night, good night, everybody.
Night. Good night.
Night.
Good night.